So, welcome back to my channel Life and Lessons. Today we are going to talk about the entrance test of the Presidency University. So, let's start. Now, Presidency University is a dream for all of the students, basically most of the students, and obviously the students are very lucky, those who get into admission in the Presidency University. But for that, you need to give an entrance test. And the results of class 12 examination are not going to play any much role in this admission procedure. So, the main thing which you need to focus is on the entrance test and its preparation and how much rank you get there and all that. So, uh, in spite of this hard work that the students do, and is like a lot of students appear for the exam, a lot of candidates appear every year for the exam, but only a few get selected. There is a very hard competition over there. So why is there like a difference in selection? Like why a very few handful of students get selected and not the entire candidates who go and appear for the exam? Like why most of them don't get selection? Now there is a specific reason for that. That is because most of the students fail to understand the strategy of it, how to prepare, like decode the pattern of it. Every exam, every competitive exam has a specific pattern upon which the question paper is set. Now the students fail to decode, understand, analyze the question paper and determine the strategy based on that. So I am here to guide you in that matter. So let's start. Now I have downloaded and gone through the question papers of the previous years of English literature, and I came to know several points. The first point is that there are like the question paper, the marks distribution is based on different aspects. Like from grammar portion, a bit of grammar portion is there, and from there almost kind of around 6 marks, 5 to 6 marks come. Then there is the comprehension from where 6 to 7 marks come approx, and the figures of speech is there from where you can expect about 3 to 4 marks. Okay, and the main portion is history of English literature, as you know. So from the history of English literature part, you can expect around 25 to 30 marks approx. So this is how I understood and analyzed the question paper and seen it to be. So based on that, your strategy or preparation will be determined. So basically, grammar portion, comprehension, figures of speech, these are very basics which you already had known previously in your school life and you have practiced a lot. So you know how to, how to answer those, and the basics of it, you're already aware of it. So it will, you can give a very, within a small period of time, you can practice that and finish up with the grammar portion, comprehension, the figures of speech and all of that, and then the remaining time you can devote to the history of English literature entirely. So this is how you're going to plan your strategy. The next point is that uh, now about the figures of speech, I need to mention that there are certain, along with the figures of speech, there are certain terms, literary terms, which you need to know, which you need to which you need to understand in order to get the marks. So there are a number of literary terms which I have jotted down, and these are common. If you will see in the question paper, you will find it to be common in every like every year, one or two from all this comes. Like I'm going to give you the list of it. So and after that, I'm going to talk about what you need to study in history of English literature. Yes. So from the apart from the figures of speech you can easily Google and learn the definition and learn how those are used in particular sentences and practice that. Metonymy, synecdoche, alliteration, hyperbole is there, metaphor, simile. All these are very common, and you can get easily in Google. So that you need to practice on your own. And apart from that, there are certain literary terms which, if you practice, it will be very beneficial for you. because marks you can depend on this grammar portion, comprehension, and this figures of speech, literary terms portion to fetch the marks, because from history of English literature you can rarely expect the full marks. So it's better that you pay very attention and focus from the beginning in all these aspects. So I am telling you the terms which I have seen is there in the question paper. So irony, plot, Bildungsroman, alliteration, hyperbole, heroic couplets, blank verse, iambic pentameter, different kinds of drama. Okay, stream of consciousness, novels, different types of novels, psychoanalysis, metaphysical conceit, Alexandrine. So these are the literary terms which you need to pay very attention to, and you need to basically learn the definition, like at least read the definition, go through the definition, search these terms in the Google. And if you could buy the literary of glossary terms book, that will be also helpful, but I think that is not necessary for you right at this moment, because as a beginner you will get very confused because there are a lot of terms in it. So it's basically it's better that you follow the things which have come in the question papers, so depending on that you can prepare. So these are the terms that I mentioned have had come in the previous year question papers a lot many times. So if you it's better that you go through it. Now I will be talking about the history of English literature portion. So the history of English literature portion, as you know, is a very vast thing, and students often struggle to cope up with, to prepare this effectively. Now, how will you understand what to study and what not? Uh, so basically you need to interpret the question paper, and I have done the interpretation part for you, and I am presenting you in front that what are the authors that you need to study about, and what are the works, major works, and what all you need to know about the history of English literature things. So I hope that if you, based on my suggestions, if you practice, it will be beneficial for you. Also, don't blindly follow whatever I am saying, whatever any of the YouTubers are saying. Just check it and judge it by yourself whether these are correct or not, and then take your decision accordingly. So, from the history of English literature portion, the major writers that are there is Shakespeare, Milton, Chaucer, William Wordsworth, Shelley, Johnson, James Joyce, Virginia Woolf, T.S. Eliot, Jane Austen. Okay, these are the major writers. Now, apart from them, there are a lot of writers from where the questions can come. But these are somebody who you can't afford to ignore, because they are very important, and I have seen them. The questions from their part has been coming. So yeah, that's the thing. And you also, about these writers you need to study in a bit detailed way. Okay, about their important works, about the periods in which they were present, in which they were writing, their writing styles. Okay, so yeah, that was it. Now the major works like Canterbury Tales, Chaucer's Canterbury Tales is very important. From there, at least every year the question comes. Paradise Lost is there of Milton, Pilgrim's Progress, Piers Plowman, Pride and Prejudice, and Comedies of Menace. This thing you need to look upon, like what is the Comedies of Menace and who were the writers. Also, Pre-Raphaelite is important. The Pre-Raphaelite writers, what all they were writing. So this is all. Now, these are the things which you will give first preference, and then if the time is left, then you can do the other writers as well. So yeah, that is the thing. And apart from this, obviously you need to know the basics of history of English literature, that what happened in each of the periods, a rough idea. Don't need to go into detailed way and learn everything, because MCQ is going to come basically. So it will taste your concept, it will taste how well you have understood it, and not how well you can mug up. Okay, so in MCQ only the conceptual questions, factual questions will come. So that's the thing. Now, for your information, I'm going to tell you something, that The Presidency University entrance test is based on the GMR rank. The selection is based on the GMR rank, General Merit Rank. So based on the GMR, you are going to get selection. Now, there are seats, approx 35 seats are there, I guess, 35 to 38 seats are there in the university for UG English students. Now, basically, ideally for general students, the rank should be from 1 to 30, 35 and within 40, basically. This is ideal. Now, this is dependent again on the cutoffs because the cutoffs vary every year, and depending on how well the competition is, how tough the competition is, you are going to get selected. It's not that there is a mark and there is something that you need to score these in order to get selected. No, it's not like that. Every competitive exam is like how well the competition took place. Depending on that, how better you did than other students, that is your merit. Okay, so this happens this way. Now the cutoffs vary a little bit every year, but basically approx if you see, the cutoffs generally ranges within 1 to 40 to 45, maximum 50, not more than that. I don't think 50 also, like above 40 the general students get admission, because above 40 the ST, STs, OBCs can get admission. So yeah, that was all. Now my rank previous year was 59, and the cutoff I guess was up to 49. So 49 or 50. So I was like a bit of 9 to 10 rank, like what to say. I just didn't get the admission by 9 to 10 with a difference of 9 to 10 ranks. Now 9 to 10 ranks means if I could get 1 or 2 marks more, then I could get into the 40s, within the rank of 40, because in competitive exams, a very important part is that only 1 mark also makes a huge difference. Within 1 mark's difference, you can see your rank can increase up to 5 or to 10. So please be very careful about that 1 mark. You can't afford to lose even 1 mark in the exam if you are very serious about getting into this university. So these are the points you should keep in mind while preparing, and start your preparation accordingly. I wish you all the best. I wish all the students out there all the best who are planning to give their entrance test in this year for the Presidency University admission. So I hope that it helped.